Valladolid, a historic city in the heart of Spain, known for its deep cultural roots and love of sport. It was here, on March 8, 2002, that a young boy named Arturo Coello was born. No one could have known then that he would one day become a symbol of the new generation of paddle, that he would rise to rewrite history and become the youngest world #1 in the sport. Arturo Coello grew up in a family where sport wasn't just a hobby. It was a way of life. His brother played paddle, and in many ways, that was Arturo's first step toward destiny. He was a restless, curious, and fiercely competitive child. Like many Spanish kids, he first tried football and then tennis. Both sports taught him coordination, movement, and discipline. But something about paddle, its rhythm, its creativity, its teamwork, captured his heart completely. By the age of 10, while many of his peers were still experimenting, Arturo had made a choice. He decided to focus entirely on paddle. That decision would change the trajectory of his life. Behind every great athlete is a family that believes in a dream. The Coellos were no different. When Arturo's talent became undeniable, his family made a bold move literally. They packed up their lives in Valladolid and moved to Madrid so he could train and chase his ambition at the highest level. That move wasn't easy. The competition was tougher, the expectations higher. But with every match, every training session, Arturo's skills sharpened. His game evolved, molded by determination and the support of those who believed in him unconditionally. And soon, the young boy from Valladolid was no longer just a promising talent. He was a rising force. In 2019, at just 17 years old, Arturo Coello made the jump that many only dream of. He turned professional. 17, a teenager stepping into the global paddle stage, among seasoned veterans, legends who had been perfecting the game for decades. For Arturo, it was both a challenge and a calling. The pace of the professional circuit was intense, physically, mentally, emotionally. But from the very beginning, he approached it with striking maturity. He absorbed everything like a sponge: the tactics, the mind games, the nuances of professional play. Still, the road wasn't smooth. Talent alone wasn't enough. He had power, yes, an explosive left-handed smash that quickly earned respect, but he needed patience, depth, and experience to match it. That journey took an unexpected but life-changing turn in the coming years. By 2021, only 2 years after turning pro, Arturo's growth had become impossible to ignore. He was selected to represent Spain at the Padel World Championship. In a competition brimming with tension and pride, Spain triumphed. Arturo Coello, then barely 19, was crowned world champion. It was an astonishing achievement, but for him, it was only the beginning. This victory gave him confidence, but it also gave him purpose. He realized he wasn't just playing to win matches. He was playing to shape his legacy and redefine what young talent could mean in the world of paddle. 2022 marked a pivotal moment in Arturo Coello's journey. That year, he partnered with none other than Fernando Belasteguín, affectionately known as Bela, the legendary Argentine champion, often called the greatest paddle player in history. For Arturo, it was more than a partnership. It was an apprenticeship under a master. Bela had dominated the sport for over a decade. His strategic mind, composure, and experience complemented Arturo's power, energy, and ambition perfectly. Together, they achieved the unthinkable. In 2022, Arturo and Bela won the Miami Open, a defining moment that announced to the world a new star had arrived. At that moment, Arturo became the youngest player ever to win a World Padel Tour title. But the real magic of that year wasn't just in the trophies. It was in the transformation. Under Bela's guidance, Arturo evolved from a raw, explosive player into a complete athlete, one who understood when to attack, when to defend, and how to read every corner of the court with intelligence. As Arturo himself once said in interviews, playing with Bela was like learning from a living encyclopedia of paddle. Every era in sport has its iconic duo, and in modern paddle, that duo is Arturo Coello and Agustín Tapia. Their partnership began in 2023 and almost immediately, the results were extraordinary. The chemistry between them was electric, effortless yet unstoppable. Tapia, with his finesse and tactical patience, balanced Coello's aggression and left-handed firepower perfectly. Together, they became a symphony of power and precision. In the same year, Arturo achieved what once seemed impossible. He became world number 1, the youngest player ever to reach that rank. It was a coronation moment not only for him, but for the new generation of Padel. The duo quickly turned dominance into art. They won dozens of tournaments, collecting titles across all major stages, from Qatar to Paris, Italy to Mexico. By the end of 2025, they had amassed 37 titles together, with 8 tournaments won in a single season, a feat few partnerships in any sport can boast. Fans began to call them one of the greatest duos in Padel history, and rightly so. So, what makes Arturo Coello truly exceptional? First, his left-handed dominance gives him a natural advantage on the left side of the court, the offensive, half where creativity meets finishing instinct. Then, there's his power. His smash isn't just strong, it's awe-inspiring, one of the most feared shots in the game today. But Coello is far more than raw strength. Over the years, he's become a strategic genius. He blends aggression with patience, mastering net control and timing in ways that few can replicate. Where others see limits, he sees opportunity, punishing even the smallest openings with clinical precision. This evolution, from a power-based teenager to a complete tactical player, is what truly defines his greatness. It's the mark of someone who not only wanted to win, but to understand the game in its purest form. Behind every forehand and every celebration, there's a philosophy driving Arturo Coello, one built on humility, discipline, and constant learning. He often says that even as world number 1, the journey never really stops. Every match is a lesson. Every season is a new chapter. He doesn't see himself as bigger than the sport. He sees himself as a student of it, constantly evolving. In that mindset lies the secret to his consistency and emotional balance. He's known for staying calm under pressure, for turning high-stakes moments into opportunities to execute with simplicity and grace. There's also joy, something you can't miss when watching him play. Every rally, every point reveals his love for the sport. For Coello, Padel isn't work. It's art, expression, connection. At just over 20 years old, Arturo Coello isn't merely a champion. He's already a role model for the next generation. Kids all over Spain and across the world dream of emulating his journey, the courage to dream young, to work relentlessly, and to carry themselves with humility even at the top. He's changed the way people view age in professional Padel. No longer is it a game dominated by veterans. Now youth can compete, can lead, can reign supreme. And yet, what makes Arturo's story truly moving is its sense of unfinished destiny. Because even after all his triumphs, the World Championship, the one ranking, the countless trophies, he speaks not about achievements past, but possibilities ahead. From a boy hitting balls in Valladolid to a global icon lifting trophies before roaring crowds, Arturo Coello's story is one of fearless progression. Every step in his journey, the move to Madrid, the partnership with Bela, the alliance with Tapia, has been part of a much bigger march. A march toward mastery, a march toward legacy, a march that continues. Arturo Coello is not just one of the best Padel players in the world. He is a symbol of youth, courage, and possibility. The story isn't over. The march goes on. Because legends don't arrive. They keep moving forward.